Hey, Papa Kim.
What's up, y'all?
Hi, Grandpa.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Happy Father's Day, Grandpa.
Happy Father's Day to my favorite father-in-law.
Happy birthday.
No, it's not his birthday. It's Father's Day.
I'm doing this at work. Do you like the mask?
Hi, Grandpa. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
I love Papa.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. One of the things I've always loved about you, it's always been evident to me that family has always come first for you. And I think that's really provided a fantastic role model and example for me as you know, and who I want to be as a father, and making sure that I've got my priorities straight. So
I want to let you know that one of my favorite things about you is that you play games with us even when you really, really don't want to. You do it because you want to hang out with the family.
So I remember Dad always doing something special for us on our birthdays that he would bring to school or do something at school. And actually, I always really loved that. It made me super excited and made me feel super special. And Dad's always done a good job of making sure we feel special.
Kim, I am grateful for how involved you are in the lives of my children. You make time for them and they appreciate it. They enjoy the time with you. You're fun. And that's a great strength for them to have grandparents who are so involved in their lives. And I really appreciate that from you. Thank you.
one thing I love about Dad is how thoughtful he is. Just the level of thought and contemplation that he puts into things.
Something that I love about Dad is his depth and how he has always got his eyes on the big picture.
I love you because you give the best advice and you are super willing to help us whenever we need it.
His hugs. I just think that Dad gives, seriously, some of the best hugs out of anyone I know. I love his side hugs. I just love every time he gives me a hug. I always just feel so special and just so loved.
One thing that I've always admired and appreciated about you is your love for your family and dedication to your family, as well as your love of the gospel. That was very evident to me when I was first dating Caitlin and took your church history class in an institute, and also teachings of the prophets class. I was also trying to gain maybe a few brownie points with you as well when I was dating Caitlin, but that's always been very evident to me, those feelings and convictions that you have of your family and the gospel.
Dad's humor, I've always thought Dad's had a pretty good sense of humor, and he's always tried to see the funnier side of things, so I've always appreciated that.
What I love about you most is you always focus on the positive and never focus on the negatives. You're always positive, and you're a fun person to be around.
He's really, 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 really nice and generous. You always make it a priority to visit family and to put family first. So one of the things I love about you is all the time you come to visit us, and I love that. He goes fishing with us. He's fun. He plays with me. That he loves me.
Cooper, can you tell me something that you love about Papa?
Candy.
He gives you candy? What else do you love about Papa?
And behind you.
There's a bee on me.
The times we spent on the four-wheelers going up to Ephraim really stand apart. Just the one-on-one time, following you up those trails, not knowing where I was going, but having the trust and the knowledge that you knew exactly where you were going, and just stopping along the way and having good discussions was always very memorable and meaningful.
You completed the ordinance after my baptism and giving me the gift of the Holy Ghost. And that's something I will always remember. I feel like you always have the Spirit with you and always have the right things to say when we need to hear it. And I appreciate you working really hard to always stay close to the Spirit.
So I have this memory of Dad, something that happened a while ago. Can't remember exactly where or why. I was an adult, I think, in my 20s, but not really, that grown up yet. But I remember we had some conversation, and I had said something, and Dad ended up writing me a letter in response and leaving it for me. And he talked about a speech that he had read or heard that was really important to him. And he gave me a copy of it. And I found in that speech a lot of things that shaped my thinking, but I remember specifically at that point in my life, there was one quote that came from the speech that was really significant to me, like so much so that I wrote it on a note card and like put it right in my car where I would see it every single time I got in my car and drove. And I did, I read it over and over again, and really it really changed a lot about my framing of my worldview and my approach to things.
We were in Yellowstone National Park, and I believe it was 1987 or 1988, and we were cooking hot dogs on the engine of the car. Just, using that kind of ingenuity.
A memory that I've cherished for many years. When I was probably 4 or 5 years old, one of my first memories is being in the Sandy house, and I remember waking up a lot of nights with quite a bit of pain in my legs, growing pains, cramping and things like that. And I remember Dad never complained, but he would hear me whimpering as a 4 or 5 year old boy, and he'd come in and massage my legs until I fell asleep. And ever since then, I felt a certain closeness to Dad, as he's taken care of me both physically and spiritually and emotionally.
I love the reunions that we get to do together, game nights and all that fun stuff.
Taking the time to talk to me when we've had our moments together, and not always the most outspoken or vocal individual in the family, but I've always appreciated the conversations that we've had with each other, even if I'm not a chatty Cathy.
One of the best memories I have with Dad, I would just say, is having him always be on the sideline of all my soccer games. Even from a very young age, I always knew that Dad was my number one biggest fan, and that always made me feel so special. I remember when I was really little and played City League, and he would give me $1 for every goal I scored. And just something as little as that, I don't know, it made me feel so special. And then in high school, I know a lot of other parents never came, and I just remember always thinking, I'm so glad that I have parents and a dad that make the time for this and come, even sometimes when they had to travel really far. So that is one of my favorite memories of Dad, which is really 100 favorite memories of Dad.
What comes to mind when I think of this is our father and son outings and some of the outings we had in general. I always look forward to going and camping with all the other boys from the ward and all that.
My favorite memory with you is my baptism, when you pulled me to the side and you told me a verse from Nephi about how Nephi listened to the Spirit and followed where the Spirit wanted him to go. And you also gave me a compass, and that was a very special memory that I had with you.
What's your favorite thing to do with Papa?
Go fishing. My favorite memory with you is fishing with you, and how you developed my love that I may love fishing. You help us cook like bread and you play with us a lot, and I like that. I love you, Grandma.
What's your favorite memory with Grandpa?
That we had a sleepover.
You had the sleepover.
And that I loved him and he gave me snacks.
And gives you snacks.
Yeah.
What do you like to do with Papa?
Play game.
Do you like when you get to watch shows with him?
Octonauts.
When you watch Octonauts with him? And do you like when you get to watch airplane shows with him? And what about when you get to cook with him? Do you like that? Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. You are very loved, as you can see from all of these messages. You're a wonderful father, a wonderful grandfather, and have been a wonderful husband for 44 years. We've had all kinds of fun, and I think everyone has felt how much you've really tried to put family first, to love them, to have fun with them, and I know I have. Thanks for all the adventures, for all the travels, and for at times taking me out of my comfort zone, but helping us both enjoy so many fun things. I love you. Happy Father's Day.
We love you. Happy Father's Day. We're thinking about you, and yeah, love you lots.
I love you, Papa.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Love you and hope you have a good Father's Day. Bye.
We love you. Happy Father's Day.
I love you, Dad, and I appreciate all that you do for us.
Happy Father's Day.
So happy Father's Day, and I love you.
Love you. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Grandpa. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Can you say I love you, Papa? Say it. Oh, you hugging the phone? Say I love you, Papa.
Love you, Papa.
Take my heart and run along, 'cause I'm running after you. I'm